Greetings, brothers and sisters. Greetings. Salam alaikum. Happy to be here. And we'll continue on to talk about the situation of the death of our sister. And I welcome you to join in. I welcome you to join in. Any questions you may have. You may have some other insight. Maybe what I say may trigger you, or you may not agree. You may not agree with what I'm saying, and that's fine too. You know, we all have our expertise, and we're entitled to our convictions. And I welcome you to be able to come and speak concerning your convictions. But what I do know is this: it is peculiar. The sister's death is peculiar. Also, we haven't heard Minister Farrakhan say anything yet. I haven't heard him say anything yet. I've searched for it. We haven't gotten any words from Minister Farrakhan concerning our sister. It's just like when Dr. Khaled died. We didn't hear anything from Minister Farrakhan. There was no immediate words. Now, with Minister Malcolm, you heard from the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad right away. He was saying the same thing he had said before, that Minister Malcolm was on a reckless course. And what he meant by that is that he had put himself in a position doing speeches and not being careful, that the government would target him directly. So that's what the most Honorable Elijah Muhammad was saying. So concerning Malcolm, but we haven't heard anything. The Minister Farrakhan hadn't said anything concerning Ava Muhammad, Dr. Ava Muhammad. We don't even know. We pray that he's well, and I do pray that he's well, brothers and sisters. I do pray that he's well, so we can hear from him concerning the sister and the knowledge that he has. But her death is so suspicious. The death is definitely suspicious. We're taking our time with this because we're going to wait. Hopefully others will join in. They normally come in later. So I know it's Sunday, and I know that people have things that they need to do. We've been running this show to give respect to our sister ever since we got the news. So this is very peculiar. This is very, very, very peculiar. This incident, and it's almost like, excuse me, brothers and sisters, it's almost like an era pass. I guess that's the best way to say it. It's almost like it's passing an era. With our sister gone, it's almost like an era that has passed. And she can't be overlooked. Dr. Ava Muhammad was such a contribution, and is such a contribution to the Black nationalist movement. And that's for Black nationalists, that's for Black Muslims, that's for the Black movement in particular, in every sense of the word. She stayed true to the white man is the devil, Black separation or death. This she stayed true to that. She didn't waver. You didn't see her walking around holding hands with white people, laughing and with her masters. But she stood as an equal in creation. So this, it is suspect. The entire death, all of this is very, very, very suspect. We have to certainly pay attention to this in such a way as if to learn from it. What is it that what other keyhole are we missing? What other glimpses are we missing? as we study the incidents that have happened to this sister. So we're going to be patient. We're going to wait till the brothers and sisters are able to get in here and make it, those that are commonly here. And we already know that if the computer is messing up in the sense of the people that are looking and observing, we already know it's the enemy doing it. We already know that. We already know it. So we want to certainly overcome this alleyway. The enemy has a block in front of us, whereas when he does something, we don't know what's going on because he keeps it so hidden from us. He keeps it hidden from us, and we don't know what's going on. But we need to understand the move of this enemy, especially when it comes to killing our leaders. We have to understand it. We have to understand it, so we'll know exactly what's going on. I don't waste any time these days not talking about the white man, because I know that Noah talked 120 years. Isn't that right? Our brother Noah talked 120 years. And in the 120 years that he told the people that the flood was coming, they still waited. They had 120 years to build a boat or build something. And they absolutely would not. And didn't believe him, didn't listen, didn't hear the word, didn't hear the warning until the flood came. Right? And washed them all away. Brothers and sisters, we got a flood. We're in a flood right now. We're in a racial flood. Isn't that right? We're in a racial flood. Repercussions of that flood is right in front of us. Gentrification, isn't that right? And genocide of black people. Unless we will hear ye the word of the Lord. Right? When he asked Ezekiel in Ezekiel 37 chapter, he said, Son of man, can these bones live? Didn't he ask him? Ezekiel said, thou knowest. In other words, you have the power to make them live. He said, speak. What I say to you, you speak it to them. Prophesy unto these bones. I'm trying to prophesy unto the bones, brothers and sisters. I stand like Ezekiel today, trying to prophesy to the bones. That's why I stand. Bones in a dry valley. America is the desert, is the dry valley. Right? It's the dry valley. It's the desert. In this desert land, there's no freedom for the black man in this desert land. Right? Even though we're in a flood of racial division, right? Still, this land is dry, right? This is an impossibility. It's an impossibility. How can we be in a vast ocean of prosperity and equivalently be in a dry desert valley, right? That is totally and absolutely devoid of the water of our salvation, brothers and sisters. How can we do that? This is an abnormality. It's an impossibility. It's an oxymoron. But what Ezekiel was learning, right, and what you and I are learning today, is that God is able to do all things, right, but fail. And that if we speak to the bones, right, speak to these dry bones, for they're in a desert valley and they're very, very dry. But we got to speak to it so the people will know what's going on. The people need to know. This sister, life was taken. We haven't heard anything from Minister Farrakhan. We haven't heard anything from him. I tried to call the national headquarters for the Nation of Islam. We haven't heard anything concerning the sister. We think that a speech should be made concerning the sister. Right? We should have something said to us. Something said to us to let us know what happened. We care for the sister. She was one of our leaders, and we care for the sister. I know I do, and I'm sure there are many others that do, that were just overtaken by her beautiful spirit and her beautiful self. But we don't have any message from Minister Farrakhan. There's none whatsoever. No message. You know, the news, the Anti-Defamation League, right, is calling her an anti-Semite. They're calling her an anti-Semite. I'm just going to see all the devils, you know, are attacking our sister, just like they attacked Dr. Khaled. They attacked Dr. Khaled the same way. They attacked Dr. Khaled the very same way. They're attacking our sister. And we're waiting on Farrakhan or a Farrakhan spokesman to say something on behalf of our sister. See, this is what I'm saying. This is highly irregular. Now, if he's not well, I understand that. But somebody can say something toward our sister. If he's not well, maybe someone could say something. One spokesman, Ishmael, could say something for our sister and toward our sister, because she spend every waking day of her life serving the Nation of Islam. She spent every waking day of her life serving black people. And I know she helped me. There's no way that I would not say anything for Sister Ava Muhammad. I would literally give my life for her had I had the opportunity. And anytime I saw her, it was a blessing. It was a blessing. That was a beautiful sister. That sister was a beautiful sister. And she worked. She put in work. And she made sure the Muslims under her put in work, and she had a standard. You didn't see any sisters walking around uncovered. You didn't see them walking around undressed. They were standing respectable and in respectable garb. Even in their civilian clothing, they were still in respectable garb. And this is a loss, brothers and sisters. This is a loss. This is a loss. It's a loss to the nation. It's a loss to the black nationalists. It's a loss to black people, not just here in America, but globally. Because this sister, I know, was sent by God to give direction to God's people and to live a holy, righteous, and sanctified life, and to give light in darkness to the black people of the world. Brothers and sisters, no matter where they are, many of them are familiar with our sister Ava Muhammad. And somebody should have something to say about it. The devilish Defamation League, that's what I call them, devilish. But that's what they are. Devilish Anti-Defamation League. I mean, these devils have something negative to say about anybody that pull the covers off of them. That's why 2 years ago, we talked about them and protested against them as one of the most racist organizations that we have ever seen. Foxman and his entire crew can go to hell. The Anti-Defamation League and Foxman and his entire family and crew can go to hell, and may God punish them with monkeypox and COVID sickness. And may he punish them with all kinds of diseases that he sent in Egypt against that Pharaoh who knew not Joseph. May God punish them, and may God send sickness, illness, and death on Foxman and his family. The Anti-Defamation League, anybody that works for them for speaking against our sister. We pray death. We pray sickness on their bodies. We pray dementia on their minds. We pray that they'll crawl around on all fours like Nebuchadnezzar and die. And die. That's my prayer. That's my desire and prayer. So the devilish Anti-Defamation League said negative things toward our sister, which is not true, because we are the true Jews. We are the true Arab. There's no such thing as a white Jew and a white Arab. The white man is tricking himself and tricking you too. He's the only race that has no culture, has no custom, no religion, no place to go. No place. No place at all. And he will steal your life. Will literally gentrify your life if you let him. So the devilish Anti-Defamation League spoke ill. I'm gonna put this in there. Speak ill of our sister, beloved. It's our sister. Beloved. Dr. Ava Muhammad. Peace be upon her. May Allah receive her well. And I know he has. I know Allah has received her well. God has certainly welcomed her in the fold. Brothers and sisters, our sister was taken from us. And you know, and here's the thing. I want you to know this too. This is another thing that happened when Dr. Khalid had ascended February the 18th. Prior to him dying, which the Anti-Defamation League said it was February the 17th, they had sent out all of this ridiculing of Dr. Khalid. The enemy came out. You couldn't get him to say no when he was alive because he knew what they were. Right? He knew what they were. But when he passed, when he ascended, then they came saying all of this foul stuff. You know, I'm going to tell you something about these white Jews. I got to say it. I'm going to tell you something about these white Jews. They're the most hypocritical people that I ever seen in my life. They can talk about anybody, work against anybody, do all manner of evil against people. I mean, without a conscience. And they will attack black people. That's why I tell you, these people, they talk about the Holocaust, and we're in a Holocaust. We're in a Holocaust. They are our Nazis. Yeah, the Jews, the state of Israel is our Nazis. And I really do believe that many of them are the Germans that punished the true Jews in Germany. That's what Hitler said. And I believe it. Wealthy Jews that were punishing true Jews, punishing them. Same way they did when they put us in slavery. The Jews had everything to do with that. We cannot trust these people. They're not holy. Thank you, brother. They're not holy. These people are not holy. Jesus talked about them. He said those that said they are Jews and are not. That's why you can't eat with them devils. They're swine. They're swine. You can't eat with them. You can't even talk to them because they're swine. White and talking about they're Jews. They wake up one day, want to be a Jew. You know how the white man is. You wake up another day, want to be black. Don't forget about Rachel. Wake up another day and want to be Mexican. Then want to be Native American. You can't trust them. You can't trust them, brothers and sisters. I'm telling you. There's no way for you to do that. For them to speak against our sister, we take offense to that. We take certain offense to that. Brothers and sisters, this is a sad day. Because we have every reason to believe that our sister was indeed assassinated. When you see how she stood against these devils, I put some stuff in the comment section if you care to read it. She called for black separation. She was strongly calling for black separation. Unyielding black separation. She said she didn't want to live with these white folks anymore. She talked about Thomas Jefferson, called him a rapist. The only, and maybe some others have said it. She's the only Muslim black leader and black nationalist leader I ever heard say that. Can I give the sister that credit? She's the only black nationalist leader, the only black Muslim leader, and the only religious leader I've ever heard say that. And it's the truth. A lot of people are afraid to admit these things about our founding father. But our sister came in that speech, brothers and sisters, and she was awesome. She was awesome. I should post that. Let me see if I can find that. I want to find that and post it for you because I think that's a real treat. That's a real treat. Our sister, amazing self. She just so beautiful, man. Our sister Ava was just so beautiful. Now I'm gonna get this. Boyce Watkins has it. Boyce Watkins has it. So I'm gonna get it off. I'm gonna get it off his page. Yes, I know he's a coon. I know the Boyce Watkins. You can't trust him. You can't trust him, but we already know that in the black nationalist community. We know that. We know we can't trust Boyce Watkins. Don't you know we know that the devil sent him out? We know that. We know it. We know it. But he put, even bad people can do some good stuff. He put this on here. The only good thing that he's ever done. I'm going to use it. And I'm going to put it in the comment section. So you would have it. Put this in the comment section. This is important. This is the speech that got our sister taken. This is why they knew they had to do what they had to do. Right? Here's the speech right here. And I wanna just reiterate that this powerful sister told the truth about Thomas Jefferson. Told the truth. Said he was a rapist. And Sally Hemings was a young girl. That's right. She wasn't no woman. She was not a woman. She was a young girl that he raped, and he had got children by her. And then he killed the man that she was truly in love with. Yes. And this was also the daughter of a woman that he had been raping since she had come on his plantation. Yeah. That's for some of for those that count Jefferson as their heroes. One of the sickest things I've seen, and I'm glad that the sister put this knowledge out. That's why I'm telling you, she was so far advanced. Dr. Ava Muhammad was so far advanced. The worst thing I've seen is black people having pride of having the Jefferson name. And here Thomas Jefferson has raped your grandma, raped your great grandmother. I'm talking about a lot of black children and grandchildren, right? Had Thomas Jefferson name, and they were happy. They were happy about it. Happy that they had Thomas Jefferson name. It was really just horrible. And I'm thinking to myself, like, well, didn't he rape your ancestor? How could you take pride in that? He raped your ancestor. How can you take pride in that? I don't understand. But that's how lost we are. There are many of us that believe that we're free. We believe it. Right? We've been in prison so long that we don't even know that we're in prison. They changed this prison so much. America is a prison. They changed it so much that we don't even realize that we're still on the same plantation. They moved us around, shook us up a little bit, and we're walking around like we're free men. Harriet Tubman said the same thing Dr. Ava Muhammad said. I could get to enough people if they knew the condition they were in. Harriet Tubman said this: I could have saved more of them if they knew that they were slaves. But they had been in that condition for so long that they didn't even know. Didn't even know that they were slaves. It's a shame. It's a shame when the black man had somebody to speak this hard for him, like our sister, Dr. Ava Muhammad did. I mean, she spoke hard. She spoke hard. And when we got somebody like that, that'll speak uncompromisingly, every black man want a black woman is going to talk like that. Going to be non-compromising. I mean, that's just sexy in a woman. That's sexy. Non-compromising and it's just hard. It's going to tell the truth. You know, there's nothing you can do to stop them. They're devoted to speaking the truth, devoted to building up the black society, devoted to deliverance and liberation for our people. True liberation, deliverance and true liberation for our people. Brothers and sisters, they don't know what to do with that. They don't know what to do with that. The white man don't know. He's in hell. He is in hell. When you know where you're going, you don't hear me. When you know where you're going, that white man is in hell. Now, when you don't know where you're going, he's in heaven. When ain't nothing going right for you, he is in heaven. When you're divided and all of that, the white man is in heaven. But the minute you come together and there's one that can bring you together, like our sister, Dr. Ava Muhammad, the white man is in hell. And the sister started, see, let me tell you something about the sister, Sister Ava Muhammad. And this is from the time that I knew her and had a chance to meet her. First of all, I think she's very beautiful. All due respect to her husband, the brother who stood beside her. We love him too. Very handsome brother and loving brother and dutiful brother. We thank God for him. We thank God for him. We most certainly thank God for Sister Ava Muhammad, Dr. Ava Muhammad, because her beauty wasn't only physically, but it was also spiritually. It was also emotionally. It was also psychologically. She was beautiful just all around. All around. And the sister was strong. I like when she talked. She was like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah. Sister, just, you know what I'm saying? Come on the level where everybody could understand her. She'd go down into the belly of hell to grab a man and woman out and bring them to the ark of safety. What is the ark of safety, brothers and sisters? Unity among brothers and sisters. Because the word said where there's unity, there's strength. Isn't that right? If we have unity, we have strength. But if we're divided, we don't have any strength. If we're divided, we don't have any direction. If we're divided, we don't have mutual objection. That's why it's important that we stand with one another, commune with one another, understand one another, and get on the same sheet of music to have the same objective. We don't have to always agree. And that's the most powerful lesson that the sister told us. She sounded like Dr. Collins. She sounded like Minister Malcolm. She sounded like the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. We don't have to always agree. Right? I'm not always right. You're not always right. But we could be right together. We could come on. We could make a decision to be right together. This speech she made that I played a little bit earlier. This speech she made concerning Thomas Jefferson is the one that got her ascended, brothers and sisters. She made that speech and made that statement about Thomas Jefferson, how he was a rapist. That was it. The sister was healthy and everything. She made a Thursday night meeting. Just made a Thursday night meeting. Had spoke well, was doing good. Sister was doing well. And all of a sudden we hear Dr. A. Muhammad has died. Now what I heard in my spirit was Dr. A. Muhammad had been assassinated. And I got other reports from Muslims that questioned the momentum of her death. I mean, all of a sudden, then the white man come with this crazy story. Well, she had cancer in 1983. Here we are in 2022, right? 2022, right? Nearly 40 years later, this devil, says, well, she had cancer. That's how you know they're involved. They come with all of these crazy stories. She wasn't supposed to live but 6 years, or 5 years in 83. And the sister didn't die. I don't know. Ain't no telling what they tried to do. You don't know, brothers and sisters. You better stop trusting that white man. You better stop trusting him. See? But one thing I do know, the sister was ready. The sister was ready. In her mind, her heart, her spirit, she's been preparing for this in our entire life. We know that life is not promised to us. We know that. So we speak this truth. We speak this truth. But my fear is that somebody from the inside got to our sister and something happened. That's my fear. That's my fear. We don't know. We are literally surrounded by agents hiding among us in plain sight. Brothers and sisters, you know I've been talking about this a long time. Talk about the death of Minister Malcolm. Talk about Dr. Khaled. Now Sister Ava. The death of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And the key players in all of this. Many of them haven't even been named. Right? People with no faces. So we have a job to do in our research to find answers. We seek answers. We're wondering why Minister Louis Farrakhan hasn't made a statement yet. Why hasn't he made a statement? Shouldn't we know? Or if he's not going to make a statement, shouldn't somebody make a statement concerning our sister? Dr. Ava Muhammad is dead, and we haven't even had a statement from headquarters. This is too familiar. Too familiar. And when Minister Malcolm passed, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad came out right away and talked about his death, talked about the momentum of his death. And also talked about we didn't want that to happen to Minister Malcolm. He put himself on a course. Mr. Muhammad came out and talked about it the next day early, tops. And he wasn't well. But he said something. We haven't gotten a word about our sister. We haven't gotten a word from the headquarters that Minister Farrakhan runs. She was a Muslima under his tutelage, and we haven't heard him say anything right now. I mean, shouldn't we expect a word, brothers and sisters? Shouldn't we expect the word? Peace and greetings. Peace and greetings, Brother Conan Lee. Assalamu alaikum. We should expect at least a word about our sister. What was the cause of death? You know, immediately. I mean, wouldn't it be just crazy to come out afterwards, so many days now, to make a comment concerning our sister? I mean, how about condolences? That doesn't have to be written down. It doesn't have to be a speech. Doesn't have to be. You can do a speech later, but we want to hear somebody say something concerning our sister. The black nationalists that she helped, like me and others that she worked with, she wasn't afraid of us. She aided us anytime, right? And we're Muslims under Minister Silas Muhammad, but it's never stopped her from helping us. Many of us that worked along with Farrakhan in the early days of our entry, even though we were Silas Muslims, or rather not Silas Muslim, but Muslims of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad under Minister Silas Muhammad. But she always worked with us. Dr. Khaled worked with any Muslim that was out there. We didn't get any word on Dr. Khaled after he passed from the minister. Minister Farrakhan didn't even bury Dr. Khaled. He wouldn't even bury Dr. Khaled. But that's all right. The Most Honorable Minister Silas Muhammad buried Dr. Khalid. He spoke. He was there to give him a great ascension before us, but we know that he had already ascended. But to give him a great ascension before us in formality, and the sweetness of the peppermint to melt away in the mouth, such is the life of the Muslim once he leaves. Brothers and sisters, I'm just telling you that this whole thing seems fishy. I have to be honest. I have to be honest. I mean, the whole thing, the news now is already trying to give her a narrative where she liked the white people. She was befriending white people. She wasn't befriending no white people. She wasn't befriending white people. She's a lawyer, so she'll have to work and be around them devils sometime, but she wasn't defending them or befriending them. That's not who our sister was. Don't forget to thumbs up, like, and subscribe, brothers and sisters. We can certainly use that participation. Thank you in advance. And that's why we'll be down in Atlanta doing a series of speeches. I need your help. I need your help. We'll be down in Atlanta. If I can get help to get down to Atlanta, well, we can do a series of speeches down there. We've been welcome, and we're trying to get people to donate. I mean, I don't have the money, and right now, certainly not the income to do it on my own. If I did, I would. I have done it in the past, but I need your help to help me with the Cash App. If you can send something there, I'll put that in the, because this is very important. The Cash App Liberation Group, if you could send something there, I'm asking. I asked people before. I appreciate those that have done what they can do. We didn't get a chance to go to Detroit. Wasn't able to raise anything. We had distractions, but I'm asking you now to help me to get to Atlanta. And we'll have venues there talking about Sister Ava Muhammad and explaining what we know so far and how suspicious this is. Brothers and sisters, we got to talk about it. Anytime something happens to the leaders in our community, it's our job to talk about it. Don't forget to thumbs up, like, and subscribe, brothers and sisters, please. We can certainly use your participation. And you can certainly come in the comment section just to let us know you're there. Just come in and say hi. That's fine too. Just to let us know, because I know the algorithm for this show, they're messing with it. And my screen continues to freeze up anytime I get on. So you'll find me repeating myself a whole lot. So I ask you to help us. Help us. This is a worthy cause. For our sister, Dr. Ava Muhammad, this is a worthy cause. And we have to do something till we get some answers. We don't have any answers right now, except that she just died abruptly. That's all we have. And I've searched every news engine that I could find, and they're busy lying, trying to say, that's what white people do, trying to say that our sister was friends with these white people, that she stood for blacks and white. That's not true. The sister stood for black people. And the white man has a problem telling the truth. And that's how you know he'll kill people and put his own narrative behind them. He kills people. And then he'll put a narrative behind the people that he killed. Look, he killed Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., right? Dr. King, toward the end of his life, was against the Vietnam War. Dr. King was a black nationalist from 65 to 68. Dr. King was working with Minister Malcolm and also the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. The white man will not tell you that. But when he killed Dr. King, then the only speech he ever made, told us about, was a mountaintop speech. He had wiped all the other speeches out. Absolutely wiped them out. So we see something wrong. When a white man kills one of our kind, he'll put his own narrative. He'll put his own narrative behind him. He killed Minister Malcolm. Then he goes trying to talk about how Minister Malcolm liked white folks. Minister Malcolm wasn't trying to deal with no white people. Every time you found him closer to his death, closer to his ascension, Minister Malcolm was putting fire on the white man's behind. He's still talking about having guns. He's still talking about separation. See, Mr. White Man, when he kills somebody, that's how you know. He tried to put his narrative behind him. Don't forget to thumbs up, like, and subscribe, brothers and sisters, please. We can certainly use the participation. And I'm asking you, brothers and sisters, you see our support tab at the top. We're trying to sell 10 books. Trying to sell at least 10 books. I'm asking you to buy them. We have to, we've been invited to Atlanta. Just like I was invited to Detroit. I wasn't able to go because I couldn't raise the money. We had plenty of distractions, as you can recall. But I certainly want to get to Atlanta to do this for Sister Ava and for us to start this investigation committee, because I think that is very necessary. And we need to find out what's going on, because I tell you one thing that concerns me. Excuse me. The one thing that concerns me is that Foxman's Anti-Defamation League is right now calling our sister anti-Semite and all that stuff. They're just saying all reckless stuff about it. I put it in the comment section so you can see it. And the other thing that concerns me, see, because these are direct devils. The other thing that concerns me is that when the sister first passed, as well known as she is, they only had a little untitled write-up. We had no word from Minister Farrakhan. We need a word from the headquarters. We need a word. A speech is not going to do it. We need to find out exactly what happened. We want to know what happened to our sister. We want to know what happened. I believe we have every right to know when she looked out for us. And we're concerned. We love her as much as we love Dr. Khalid Muhammad and every other black Muslim that's ever come through the ranks that have been standing up for black people. And even the ones that have warred against us, we still love them. But we love them with a tough love. But we love our dear Dr. Ava Muhammad with a sincere and soft love, because that's the love that she loved us with. And I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, something is very wrong. The white man continues to assassinate our leaders. And he want to put in front of us Omar O'Malley Yeshiteli. And you know something wrong with that. O'Malley Yeshiteli has never done nothing for the people. And he's aligned himself with these white devils. You know I'm telling the truth. O'Malley Yeshiteli is aligned with these devils. Our sisters say we have nothing to do with Russia. We don't have nothing to do with, what's the place? Ukraine. We don't have anything to do with them. Let them devils kill each other. That's what Sister Ava said. And she's right. But when the government gets involved and they begin to lift up certain leaders, they begin to focus on them and lift them up. Now we know that we have to start looking among the ranks of black leaders and black nationalists, because we know that the government is getting ready to take somebody out. That's the formula. That's the formula. That's the eye-opener. The eye-opener that Dr. Steve Coakley was talking about. Coakley was talking about the same thing. That anytime they kill a major leader, then they'll have somebody put in their place. So I wonder who's going to be put in our sister's place. Now, brothers and sisters, for everyone on here that can hear my voice, I'm a little hoarse because I'm definitely keeping the promise to the people. I told them that I would come at this hour to speak with them too. When we hit the breaking part of the news, we aired it early about our sister and concerning our sister. We did that yesterday. And I'm doing these sections or segments today because I promised brothers and sisters that I would. When they asked me, I promised them that I would. And I'm also asking, I've been asked to come to Atlanta to address these issues and to speak on behalf of our dear sister, Ava Muhammad, and to say some kind word about her. We'll organize it to set this up. I've got to get the signs and everything else done. That's going to cost, and I don't have it. I just don't have it, brothers and sisters. Fighting to keep the clinic open and everything else. You know my story. And Taharka Bey was kind enough to put my financial predicament on his show. And if you want to know my financial predicament, all you have to do is go and look on his show, and you'll see the amount of taxes and things like that that I owe but I still fight for the rights of the people. And I haven't sold out one jot or one tittle, and I will never sell out. The white man can't get me to do that. It's too easy. So I won't do it. But what I'm asking you to do, brothers and sisters, please, please, if you will, I'm asking you, all of you, everybody under the show right now that can hear me, I'm asking you to donate, sacrifice $25. I don't know anyone's situation. I pray that it's not as bad as mine. I'm asking you to sacrifice that so I'll be able to make that meeting, be able to make that trip. And what I'm trying to do tonight, which should have me okay, because once I get down there, then I'll be able to raise money. The minute I get down there, I can raise money. And that's the predicament that I'm in right now. I need to get down there to raise money, right? And we also have the breakfast and feeding program we have for the children, free mental health, and also the homeless. So my desire, my prayer is that the individuals that said that they would help us in that way, and those that I sent information to for them to help us in that way, that they will help us. We definitely need to feed the children. There's mental health needed for the homeless, and I'm going to do it until the doors close. But I pray that the doors don't close. I'm fighting to keep them open. But I also need to do these speeches, because if I can get in the place to do these speeches, then I'll be able to earn the money to be able to get along and get by until I'm able to do better. And what I'm asking you is to support me so that I can be able to get down there and do that. So I'm trying to raise $650, and I ask each person to give $25, and at least that'll be closer than where I am now. So I'm asking that you would do that. I'm asking that you would please do that. This is a worthy cause, and it's something that would help me to continue to do justice like I'm doing now. And I'm literally standing out to do the right thing, And I pray that you will help me, aid me in doing this. But our sister, Dr. Ava Muhammad, died abruptly after a Thursday meeting. Now, I want you to know this, because this is important, brothers and sisters, very important for you to know. After we were reading about her death and her assassination, just hours before she had left a Thursday night meeting. And after that, they said that she had experienced an abrupt death. After the meeting, what was she saying in the meeting? Black separation or death. That's what she was saying. Separation or death. I mean, that's a very strong statement. A very strong statement. I mean, it is nationalistic in context, and more than anything else, it is the heart and mind, the heart and the mind of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. The sister, in those two words, explained and defended the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And in this speech, now if you look at that speech, in that speech I put in the comments section, and I know some people are going to look at it, you'll hear how powerful and how determined, how self-determined this sister was to get out the knowledge that, look, we can't integrate with these people. It hasn't worked. I would refuse to stay with these people who are killing us. And we have to separate. She even gets on Kanye West and Kim Kardashian. She gets on them. She pulls the layer of the onion back. She takes the cover off these devils and said, no, we can't make it like this. That's what I appreciate about this sister. Dr. Ava Muhammad was no nonsense. She stayed true. How many people can you, just regular people that are around you, how many of them can you say have stayed true to what they started out with, what they were saying? How many have stayed true? That's the question. That's the question. Why is this a major loss? Brothers and sisters, this is a major loss because the sister literally cared for us. Dr. Ava Muhammad cared for us. She loved us, brothers and sisters. It's a good sister. Good, great sister that loved and cared for us. Brothers and sisters, this white man is killing us, and we have very few leaders that will validate it. Very few leaders that will validate the claim that the white man is killing us. Very few leaders. You can't find them. You cannot find them that will validate that, hey, this white man is killing us. She was one that would validate it. You didn't see her hanging around no white people, calling them her friend. You didn't see that. But I told you that when the sister died, that they were going to try to find people to put in her frame. So if you look, right, they show this clip. I put it up on my Facebook page, and I'm going to try to put that on here so you can look at it. You'll see this clip where Dr. Ava Muhammad is coming to speak. And in this particular clip, they'll show a white Asian, right, sitting in there listening. Now, I'll tell you something. Muhammad's lesson is not for white people. It's not for red people. It's not for brown people. It's not for yellow people. It's not. It's for black people. It's for black people. Not for red, not for yellow, not for brown, not for white. It's for black people. Muhammad's teaching is for black people. And we better get wise, you and I, brothers and sisters, to start teaching these younger ones coming up. We got to start teaching them as they come up. If you look, and I'm going to put this in here so you'll have it. If you look, brothers and sisters, on the page, you'll see there are two interesting things on there. I thought was interesting anyway. Is when we see they got this, and I took the picture of this. They got a makeup artist. They're just makeup artists. And this makeup artist is putting on brown foundation. She put in brown contact lens. She put on a curly wig. She's a white Asian. And she looked like a black woman. So they dunking themselves in man tan and brown foundation. Right? That's what these devils are doing. And there are you black men, you gotta know it. The minute you take that wig off, the minute you take it off, you gotta know it. You gotta know it. The minute you take that wig off. When you take that wig off, right? Right? When you get with that sister, right? And you take that wig off and you realize she got a white scalp, then you know she ain't black. You know it. The minute she starts sweating and that stuff come off, you know she ain't black. Why the hell would you stay with the enemy when you have the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad? Why? These devils can't do anything but damage us. Even for the free black man. I call you free because you think you're free. Even for the black man that is not under the teachings. By will. By his own will. Let me put it that way. Because he's still the most honorable Elijah Muhammad's message goes out and it don't come back. It goes out and it does what it's intending to do. But even those that are sneaking around dating these white women, How can you put your life on the line like that? Dr. Ava Muhammad said that you have to separate. There'll be no peace. We have no peace with them. But you got brothers and sisters that have to be right and exact. We got to straighten them up and straighten them out. Yeah. And I tell you, brothers and sisters, one of my prayers, this is what I really pray. I really pray that they don't, I'm just saying, keep the sister black. Because you know they're going to look for a replacement. They're going to look for a replacement. I don't know who's doing the replacing. You understand what I'm saying? Because this is chess. We're playing chess. It's intelligence. And whether you know it or not, you are fighting the king and queen to get out of this kingdom. They've taken over your kingdom. And we have to come out from among them and fight these people to take it back. That's what our sister is saying. We got to get away from among them. We got to organize ourselves. And we have to mobilize to rebuild the black community. And we're going to need an army behind us. Who does that sound like? That sounds like Dr. Khaled. Dr. Ava Muhammad was the female equivalent to Dr. Khaled Abdul Muhammad. And what she speaks is the truth. The sister was a soldier with one of the most beautiful smiles and warmest a show of affection for black people. And the white man didn't want that around, and the white man certainly don't want a black nationalist female around, because the black woman has more of a reach with black men and black children, because she is the giver of life. She can reach the black woman. She can reach the black man. She can reach the black child, because she is the giver of life. That's why the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said, no nation can rise higher than this woman. Brothers and sisters, I'm telling you, the sister was the epitome of a Muslim woman. Was the epitome of a Muslim woman. And these devils sought to take her life. And it was most likely poison. There's no telling what she ate. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know what the sister ate. We don't know what the sister drank. We don't know. We have no idea. Our brother, Conan Lee, meant to send a link, said the NOI statement for Dr. Muhammad. I'm going to see if I can go up there and try to find something. NOI statement for Dr. Muhammad statement. Try to pull that up if I can for Dr. Ava Muhammad. I don't see anything as of yet. Ishmael, I believe, is making a statement. Try to get this and post this in the section for you, brothers and sisters. And I thank our brother for this, the guidance, because we help one another. He did make an official statement 2 days ago. Brother Ishmael Muhammad, Minister Ishmael Muhammad, did make a statement. We're going to see if we can get a copy of this statement and send it to you so we can see what's being said. And we need to dissect it. We need to dissect it. And see if it will give us any answers toward our sister. We just want something. His statement, he says, the official statement of the Nation of Islam on the passing of student minister Ava Muhammad, national spokesman. He reads the second surah, 154, and speak not of those who are slain in Allah's way as dead. Nay, they are alive, but perceive not. May Allah comfort those who love her. We have that. We're not yet comforted because we don't know what's going on. We don't know what happened. What's happened to the sister? We have no idea. So we can't be comforted right now. That's the only thing. Because we don't know what happened. We just got a statement on that she's passed, but we haven't, nobody said they're doing an investigation or anything like that for the, and we need an investigation. We want to know what happened to the sister. It's only right that we know, but we are thankful for the statement. Brother Conan, I'm going to put this up here, and I thank you, Brother Conan Lee, for this, for where to find that statement issued by Minister Ismail Muhammad. But we still want to know. We want to know what happened to our sister. They make a statement with the Quran, and that's it. We get a statement, and I'm putting a statement in here, official statement of the Nation of Islam on the passing of the student minister, Ava Muhammad, national spokesperson. Now, brothers and sisters, this next piece I'm going to put up raised my eyebrows, and I don't know if it's going to raise yours, but it certainly raised mine. I mean, what a strange surah to use. I know many surahs that could have been used, and I guess you say, well, the brother's finding trouble with everything. He's finding a problem with everything. I'm not doing that, brothers and sisters. This is why I'm doing. I'm expressing this pain with you. I'm expressing this pain with you because I'm skeptical. I'm very skeptical right now when I know that the enemy will work between black people to do things to black leaders. Look, Judas betrayed Jesus, right? Peter denied him. The other disciples left him. These were black people that left the black Christ. If you also look, even the white people, they do the very same thing that they coerce us to do. They do the very same thing. You had Caesar, whose best friend Brutus stood beside him, right? He stabbed him. And then the rest of the 11th Senate stabbed him. And Caesar said, turn around to Brutus, and to Brutus, you too. I'm not creating a conspiracy. I'm saying there is a conspiracy. But here's the official statement of the Nation of Islam on the passing of student minister Ava Muhammad. This is a national spokesperson for the Most Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And I'm speaking in that vernacular to be able to respect Muslims out there. Now, the surah that they give is the second surah, 154. And speak not of those who are slain in Allah's way as dead. Nay, they are alive, but you perceive not. May Allah comfort those who loved her. I don't like the term slain, brothers and sisters. It's all of these seem like hints to me. And how can we rest in the fact that our sister is dead and we don't even know what happened? We don't know what happened. We didn't know the conversation that took place prior to this. We don't know the sister's actions. Nobody's come out to talk about it. So we're on the research now. We know that Thursday she left the meeting Thursday with Muslim ministers, and that should have also on YouTube too, I think, if I make no mistake. And I gave you the other speech about Thomas Jefferson. So there was a series of movement that the sister made. Now we also know that the sister made a statement about Thomas Jefferson, these white people are going crazy that she said that Thomas Jefferson was a rapist. Well, he was a rapist. He did rape Sally Hemings. Before that, he was raping her mama. And then when Sally had children, according to certain historians, that Jefferson had a problem, that he was a pedophile. Well, that's not hard for me to believe. The research shows it and suggests it. We have no alternative than to believe the research. And these white people running around here mad. And they always do that. When they kill somebody, you know what they do? They'll find something bad. Now, you and I will look crazy, like fools, brothers and sisters. You and I will look like fools, ridiculing Dr. Ava Muhammad for telling the truth. And the white man himself is foolish to set his mouth on her and call her an anti-Semite and to call her racist when she's speaking the truth concerning them. Oh, brothers and sisters, I tell you, if you sit here for one moment and don't believe that we have agents hiding among us in plain sight, then you're too dumb for me to tell you. But you should already know. You should already know that anytime you get intelligent black people up, that it's just wisdom. Don't invest in being dumb, but invest in the wisdom as the key entry. Your key entry, your third eye, so to speak, to let you know that something is wrong, that something in the milk is not clean, that there's a dead cat on the line. Anytime white people, after you've had a death, come around and talk even more negative stuff on a brother or sister that's dead, don't you know they've had a hand in the death? I never forget when Dr. John Henry Clark was talking about the death of Minister Malcolm. And he said at that time he was eating at a Jewish home. And I think this is very fitting, brothers and sisters. So I'll use it as an example. He said he was eating at a Jewish home, and the news came across that Minister Malcolm X had been assassinated. And that these Jews said to him, well, he was an anti-Semite. It was the Jews through the FBI and the CIA that set up the death of Minister Malcolm. I mean, common knowledge that the government was involved, the Jews were involved, that certain Arabs were involved, that France were involved, international implicators were involved, and you had the New York Police Department that was also involved in the death of our brother. And after that, the only thing they can do is speak negative. And you know that there were Muslims involved, don't you? You know it. But there were Muslims involved in the death of Dr. Khalid. When they talk about two other names that you know, right? They talk about the two other names that you already know, but they never say anything about Michael Muhammad. Is that right? Never say anything about Charles 2X Muhammad. They never say anything about these brothers. We don't know much about them and know even less about them now that Dr. Khalid is dead. We don't know anything about the Muslims that was around our dear sister during the last 24 hours when everything was hot. And we know even less now that she's dead. We don't even know. Is that right or wrong? We don't even know, brothers and sisters. We don't know. That white man got somebody everywhere that's willing to sell out. If you look, and I want you to just go back with me a little bit for all the historians that are out here with us. Go back with me just a little bit. When they killed Minister Malcolm organized the Organization for Afro-American Unity. Even the group that was in the Organization for Afro-American Unity. When Minister Malcolm was getting shot, they were hiding in the back. They had went to the back prior to Minister Malcolm even getting shot, which let you know that the white man had black sellouts all around Minister Malcolm, on the nation side and also in the Organization for Afro-American Unity side, right? And Sister Shirley and Benjamin Goodman and another brother that was, can't recall his name now, that was fussing with Minister Malcolm. And then they had also the Nation of Islam brothers that had been in the nation. But all of them, even the brothers that had been arrested and charged with the murder that wasn't there, all of them at some point or another sat in the meeting that was planning the death of Minister Malcolm. That's from proper research, and that's a fact. And when they served time circumstantially. And our knowledge that we got, and you can get the same thing from the Freedom of Information Act, they were to be paid. They were to be paid. So brothers and sisters, really, we don't know what's going on. We'll never really know what's going on. But we know that the enemy is all around us. And there's no telling how many hands played a part in our sister getting assassinated. And I say that because I know she was assassinated. And I know it was poison. Because we've got some brothers and sisters that will call behind the scenes. They will call us on the phone behind the scenes and tell us things. This thing is a lot deeper than you know, brothers and sisters. So much more deeper than you know, that they want to kill black nationalists. Any black nationalists, they want to take you out. They want to take you out. This is a reason why we've got to get to Atlanta. We've got to rally for our sister and have a session with black people to find out what has happened to our sister and say that we demand answers. We demand answers to know what is going on with our sister. We've got to get to Atlanta. I need your help to help me get there, because we need to pull the brothers and sisters together, and we need to demand answers now for what happened to our sister. We want answers, and we intend to get answers. We intend to get answers. We don't want any white people in there. They're not safe. We don't want any white people in there. They're not safe. I say again, if the white man is in there, he's going to get thrown out or knocked out. We don't want him there. But we want a meeting of black people for our sister. And we want to find out what is going on and what the hell has transpired, because the atmosphere around all of it just is strange. Everything is strange right now, brothers and sisters. Everything is strange. And we have to do something about it. We are responsible for our leaders. You and I are responsible. Brothers and sisters, we have to get to Atlanta. I'm asking you, everyone that's on the channel, please, this night, to donate $25 a piece, please, so we can get to Atlanta and find out what's going on. And after that, we want to hold something special for our sister. And we pray, I desire in our prayer, that we can have something private for our sister. Something private, something thoughtful, and something beautiful for her family, to show them how we appreciated her and to show them how much we love our sister, Dr. Ava Muhammad, who loved us. She never put us out. She never, because even we were with Dr. Khalid Muhammad, she never was rude to us. The sister showed us love. We were under the tutelage and are still today under the tutelage of Minister Silas Muhammad. The sister has always been kind to us. Always. She was kind to Dr. Khalid. She was kind to many Muslims that may have not been under or with or may not have understood Minister Farrakhan, but she didn't let it stop her from treating us like brothers, and didn't let it stop her from treating us like sisters. And our brother Bruce, peace and greetings, brother Bruce. Assalamu alaikum. Our brother Bruce says, I believe James 67X was the one fussing with Minister Malcolm. The information is on YouTube. That's true. That's true, brother. Thank you for that. And we all help. We can all help teach this show. That's why I welcome anybody to put comments in the section. Our brother Bruce will never let us down. James 67X was fussing with Minister Malcolm. Now, they were in the Organization for Afro-American Unity, was have supposed to left from there to support him. And this same brother said, gave Minister Malcolm an ultimatum and even told him, threatening him right there in the office, in the back of the Audubon Ballroom. When Minister Malcolm is getting killed, brothers and sisters, when he's getting killed, James 67X is in the back, Sister Shirley is in the back, and Benjamin Goodman is in the back. And the misunderstanding came about because James 67X said that Benjamin Goodman was not being chased, and he had a problem with this infidelity that he was carrying on with Sister Shirley. But I believe it was a ploy and an excuse for him to threaten the life of Minister Malcolm, to try to get Goodman away from Minister Malcolm. But all of them were complicit in staying in the back when Minister Malcolm was shot. So he could have been a screen. See, that's what I'm telling you, brothers and sisters. There are a lot of smoke screens in front of us. And what they do is, this is the government. The government put these smoke screens in front of our leaders. So they have no idea of what's going on. But there's stuff happening behind the scenes the entire time. What smoke screens were set against our sister? I know that the sister complained. We do know that she complained about all these other races coming into the nation. These white red people, and these white brown people, and these white yellow people. She complained about that. She said separation, separation, separation. I want you to understand that. I don't have anything, I'm just speaking the truth. And Minister Louis Farrakhan, on the other end, is about to take the Nation of Islam more mainstream. So you got white people in the nation. You got those calling themselves Indian that are white. You got white women calling themselves black, calling themselves albino that's in the nation, marrying Muslim men, telling you what I know. And you got red men, or rather white men calling themselves red men, getting in the nation. So you got the enemy on the inside. The sister's steady talking about separation. We got to come out from among these white people. We need to come out from among all the people, unless they're black, so that we can all come together. So I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, something is going on. Something is happening right now under our nose. And we need to pay very close attention to the Nation of Islam as it relates to Louis Farrakhan, because too many things are happening and too many people are dying around Minister Farrakhan. I mean, all you have to do is count up the deaths, and all of them except two were very suspicious. And if you've been paying attention, then you could at least validate that. There's no questions about James Best. Since the time of Steve, I believe Steve Copley was the only one that talked about it. This assassination of plot with James Best, and how close James Best was with Minister Farrakhan, how consumed he was, how obsessed he was and is with Minister Farrakhan. Well, he shot Dr. Khaled with a government rifle Not only that, but there were whole set all around the place. There were whole set cut in the hedges that no matter where Dr. Khalid came out, that they'd be able to get him. And not only that, but the police, just like they saved the men that had assassinated Minister Malcolm, they saved James Best from being stumped to death when the brothers had got him. They saved him from being stumped to death. When have you ever seen a white police officer save a black man? You've never seen it. You've never seen it. So I tell you something fishy is going on. And they're killing black women just like they're killing black men. They're killing black women the same way. Why should you not think that there's something strange about Dr. Ava dying the way she did? Where did it begin to happen? These complications. Where did these complications begin to happen to our sister? Where was she when it happened? Where was she when these things began? Somebody knows something. And we have to start an investigation committee for our sister to find out what's going on. Brothers and sisters, we'll never find out from Farrakhan, because Farrakhan wouldn't even bury Dr. Khalid. He wouldn't even investigate the first assassination attempt of Dr. Khalid, and he wouldn't investigate the second one. He wouldn't even bury Dr. Khalid. So we'll never get any lessons there. We'll never get any understanding there, because he believes that he's too above reproach to answer to us or to tell someone to give us some answers, right? And he'll tell you quick. He'll tell you, if you're not a part of his fold, then you don't have any right to ask any questions. He'll tell you that quick. Brothers and sisters, don't forget to thumbs up, like, and subscribe, please. We can certainly use your participation. And brothers and sisters, please, I ask you, please, donate what you can. I pray prayerfully that you can donate at least $25, at least $25 a piece, so that we'll be able to make the trip to Atlanta to begin to organize this investigation committee for our sister Ava Muhammad. I've been trying to get help from other key people that I'm getting some help from in Atlanta area. And once I get down there, we'll be able to raise funds for us to be able to continue this work. And we will film the entire work. We will organize a panel and all of that. But we need to know what's happened to our sister. We've got to know. It's time out and it's too late in the game for things to be happening to our leaders. And we don't know what's going on. When we investigated the death of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., I did that with Steve Coakley. When we investigated that, it took us a year and a half to formulate a basic foundation to get down to the truth of who was involved and who was holding back information. Did you know the government withheld information the same way they withheld information about the assassination of Minister Malcolm that they're doing now behind the scenes, but they haven't really set a full force investigation. But brothers and sisters, I believe when they finally investigate, and there have been some that have died out, it will come out for everybody that was really involved. I believe that. And I said a whole lot. I hope you're able to pick that up. Because this is a lot thicker than we know. And they are literally trying to stop the teaching of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, because it teaches us pride and dignity, teaches us independence, and it teaches us strength, and it teaches us how to fight back. You can't study Mr. Muhammad's teachings and not know how to fight back. You can't do it. And God is calling you and I. God is to stand up and be counted and to find out the truth of what's going on, brothers and sisters. We have to find out what's going on. The devil is not going to tell us, and the devil's demons are not going to tell us, and his puppets are not going to tell us, but we have to find out ourselves. So, brothers and sisters, we have a job to do. You and I, we have a job to do. And my desire, my prayer, is that we'll be able to do it and do it together and get to the bottom of what's going on. We have to be in Atlanta in order to do it. And my desire, my prayer, is that you will help us be able to do this. And don't forget, in another 30 minutes, I have to come back because I'm keeping the promises that I've made to do these 3 times for people that may have missed the show. So I will certainly come back to do that. I certainly want to keep my promises to the people that I made those promises to. Brothers and sisters, please, we ask that you support our Cash App. Please support it. Please donate for us tonight so that I can get on the road and be able to start setting those things up. Also, brothers and sisters, we're not begging. We're not begging. We're merely asking, and we do need it. We're asking that you also purchase a book. We're trying to sell 10 books. We've been trying to sell them before this month was out, and we haven't sold not one. But we're asking that you would purchase a book from us, and I'm going to put the link down so that you'll be able to do that. Because we certainly need it to be able to do the work that's set in front of us. And in those books are good information inside of the book, so that you will have the same information that we've had and have done with years of research, so that you will know exactly what's going on. We want you to know and have the same knowledge that we have. And we want you to join the team. We want you to join us. Stay with us so that you'll be able to help us in this work. Our sister has died, but her death doesn't have to be in vain. She has been assassinated, poisoned, but her death doesn't have to be in vain. And so we have to stand up to do something. We've got to do something. We've got to do something. It's up to us. It's up to us to do it. If we don't do it, it won't be done. Stop waiting for the white man to do something that we can do for ourselves. It's up to us to set up this investigation committee for our sister, Dr. Ava Muhammad. It's up to us. It's up to us to be respectful enough to give the information that we can give to our people and to fully investigate, if they will allow us to do it, to find out what has happened, what has transpired to this sister from the very start. Greetings, brother Osmond Burlington. For the record, Minister Ishmael made remarks about Minister Ava Muhammad at the end of the Sunday lecture this morning. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, and we'll certainly get those remarks too. And we'll be organizing in Atlanta something for the sister. And we'll have a panel set up to talk about it and to honor the sister, but to also set an investigation to yield toward our sister to find out anything that we don't know. And I want to thank you for being respectful to come on the show to let us know that, because it is something that we certainly need. And what we're doing now is we're doing it out of love, brothers and sisters. We're not doing anything out of hate, but we're doing it out of love. We want to find out what's going on. We have to get to the place where we're willing to investigate and find out everything that's going on with the leaders in our community. We have to build our own forces, our own investigation forces, our own detective services, so to speak. And there's no better investigator than Muslims with the training of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad to find out exactly what's going on. And we ask questions. We have the right to ask questions, and we pray. Our desire and our prayer is that us asking these questions won't create division, but that it will create unity among us, because I think it's time for us to come together. Come together and work together against a common enemy that's affecting us all. But we'll never do it with the white people in our camp. We'll never do it. We've got to get the white people out of our camp. We got to get out of their bedrooms. We got to get out of their kitchens, get out of their living rooms, get out of their bathrooms, get out of their yards, and we've got to get out of their cars. We've got to get amongst our own people, deal with our own kind. Our black women are good enough. Our black men are good enough for us to be fruitful and multiply. They're good enough for us to sacrifice with. Brothers and sisters, thank you very much. And I pray that you will support us and help us to do what's necessary. If we can raise That's $650 or get close to it. My desire, my prayer is to set that up, and I will be there in Atlanta to set it up, and I will make the sacrifices once I get down there and find work so that I can build up what I need to build up and work with brothers and sisters so that we can build up what we need to build up to find out these answers, and also build a venue for our sister and a respectable panel to discuss her. Peace be unto you, and if I didn't say it in the beginning, Assalamu alaikum.